Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of our Lego Fortnite series. This series is always just gonna keep on going for a while. I genuinely enjoy doing it, but in this episode, a little bit different. The last episode you guys saw, I did my first real hard edit type of video. Uh, I did get kind of lazy during it, so I do apologize. It wasn't really laziness; is I was already running out of time and I hadn't uploaded anything yet. So because of that, I wanted to make sure that you guys did get something. Anyways, that's beside the point. Next time I'll make sure I correctly time myself to try to make the best video possible. But if you guys do like the edited formats, I'll probably just reduce the amount of videos I throw out, so it won't be a full weeks of video, but it'll probably be like 2 or 3 days less, and then I'll just heavily focus on the editing for that video. That way I don't feel like I have to cause I don't have a team or anything. I do all of this myself. So yeah. Anyways, on that note, for this episode, a little bit different. I do a voiceover in this one because I really was just kind of getting things done throughout my world. We are kind of already at the end game of it, so I'm now just trying to tidy things up and kind of get an idea of what I want my world to look like, and then automating things. So I do want to start actually getting some automation going and basically having certain things ready so that I could play around and test different things. I'm gonna get to the point where we are gonna start building random contraptions and stuff like that. So around this stage is when I am going to allow Dominic, who's been wanting to play on our world since we first started, to hop on in and make some contraptions so that we could keep things fresh. So this is gonna get around to that point. I'm gonna reach out to him and try to see what we could work out. But yeah, we've basically done a lot of what we can do on our own. The last thing I'll have to do is I gotta go fight the Storm King or whatever his name is, and I gotta go finish my rune setup. But yeah. Oh, and also maybe check out the Star Wars world. We haven't really explored that. So a little bit more exploring to do, but we are getting to the point where we're basically gonna just start crafting and just mainstreaming our world to be kind of like what we ideally want it to be. So, which also is kind of nearing the end of the series because once I kind of set up the world around what I want it to be, I tend to not do much. I'll probably just wait for the next update so I have more quests and things to look forward to. But yeah, on that note, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode, and I'll see you in the next one. As always, if you guys can, leave a thumbs up on it. Leave a comment down below of what you guys want to see, or if you guys want to see me do a different type of series, or maybe a more hardcore form. And then, if also you guys would maybe like to see a different Lego Fortnite format, I know they have a Skyblock style one, and I might try that. So yeah, just let me know. Leave a comment down below, and as always, if you guys can, subscribe to the channel if you guys are enjoying the content and you guys are enjoying seeing what we're doing. I can't wait to show you guys all the new games that we're also gonna play. So yeah, as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. Hello, what's up, guys? So in this episode, we're gonna do a voiceover just for the sole reason that basically, one, there's construction still going on around my house, and two, in this episode, I kind of was doing roundabout things, so there was no rhyme or reason to it. The video was itself was basically like an hour and a half long, and I kind of condensed it down to like about 30 minutes or so. Just because we are nearing the end game, and all you're gonna see me do here is basically a lot of farming. Right now is farm simulator, so I have to prepare because I want to go take on the Storm King. Because I want more materials from that section. I also want to go explore other parts of the map later on throughout the game. So because of that's kind of the route that I'm going with right now as far as my current gameplay, I was like, oh, okay, I need to farm materials. But there's no way I'm going to show you guys an hour and a half of me teleporting to the dragons and then canceling out the game and then going back. That would have been insane. So, I'm showing you right now the monastery I got for the battle pass, which is super sick. It's huge. I want to do a 4-quadrant monastery, basically making a giant square, and in the middle will be the tower. Potentially, that's going to be the route that I go with this thing. I am going to implement it. I just don't know how yet. So, as of right now, I was kind of getting a scale understanding of where it would go. But yeah, it's huge. The whole front house is definitely going to go away. Okay. I now also have a lot of farm animals. The farm animals are helping a ton. Also, what can I feed the farm animals besides vines to produce their actual materials? So Woody here produces feathers, but only if I give him vines. If I give him pumpkins, he just poops himself. So that's kind of obnoxious. I really didn't want to deal with that much longer. And so later on, I also create a farm. By the end of this episode, you guys will see my first farm build, which is really cute. I actually liked it. I actually had a good time building it and then kind of thinking of a way to make it look nicer, more aesthetic at least. But yeah, I'm basically prepping right now because I am going to just go and finish out the quest line, which right now the quest puts me at creating a shuriken, a level 8 shuriken. And I wasn't down on the ritual oils and I wasn't out of materials like the steel and opal and all of that stuff. What I was actually out of is the unknown element, I think it's called. Unknown energy, whatever it is. The unknown thing, the unknowable, is the only thing holding me back at the moment. I don't have enough of it. And I thought in my mind, I was like, oh, I can get it from killing dragons. I'm pretty sure, right? Because they're like the highest level thing. They drop the rarest material. I presume they are going to give me this unknowable energy. Okay. But before we take off, I ended up just getting one more animal, which was this little guy right here. His name is Bleach, as you'll see right now. And he's going to give me wool because I needed wool for creating actually a ton of things. Okay, like I said, we're getting to the point where automation is key. So as stated, I took off. I went to go look for dragons. Here's the problem with the dragons. The named ones are hard to kill. Okay, so I got a little greedy and I'm not gonna hide it. Okay, don't worry, we do kill a lot of them. Right here, I got too comfortable. The named ones are impossible to kill, but I'm not gonna let this stop me. I went right on back and we tried it again. Okay, so nothing's gonna stop us from attempting this as many times as it needs to. Here was the only issue. I got dumb and I tried to smash him with a rock. So that ended that run. This guy is upwards near some chaos places that I have. So I had this banner and I didn't even know that was a thing. Okay. Right here, I wanted to show you guys this. In my dragon farm, I realized that if a brute is there and I kill it, it instantly spawns the dragon. And I was talking about this in another video, but I didn't prove it. But right here, as you can tell, as soon as I kill the brute, a dragon spawns. And I'm going to show you guys more. Okay, so we're not going to do the whole fight. A bear ended up helping me out in this one, which was sick. I actually love that bear. Here's another brute. Watch. Bash. Boom. He's dead. Where's my dragon? You'll see right now. 2 seconds. There. Spawned. Okay. I got this one trapped, which is an amazing run. So we literally were just farming dragons. Then I ended up wanting to mainstream the coming back and forth because I kept teleporting back to the monastery and going back to my dragon farm. I needed to mainstream this. So I ended up getting a couple materials while I was over by my dragon farm. And I was going to go ahead and create a chest and then make kind of like the monastery, a little mini hub just so that I can TP back here anytime and then go right back to the dragon farm and just make this a little bit easier. I ended up doing this like 6-7 times. I want to say I think I have all the dragon fights in here, but I fought like 6 or 7 dragons. 6, 7, yeah, 6 or 7 dragons throughout this whole run. I didn't have a hard time with many of them. This still did not go flawless. And the bow and arrow or the crossbow, the bow and arrow would be sick, by the way. If they ever implement a bow and arrow, I would lose my mind. I love bow and arrows. The crossbow is cool, but I feel like I go through arrows really fast, which is why I ended up getting Woody. Woody ended up becoming a thing because out of necessity. I really needed a ton of arrows because if you miss, you can get them back. If you hit, you cannot get them back. And also, I'm not trying to run up on a dragon and try to get it back, even if I could. It's terrifying. Those dragons hit like... So, yeah, the dragons are just too much, and we're going to just stay away from them as long as we can. But anyways... right now I went and I had to get their bus station. I'm trying to mainstream the temple. I kept realizing I would either fly down to my base or fly down to that little bus station. And I was like, wait, I'm just gonna steal this. So yeah, I ended up just taking it and putting it up here. I couldn't figure out where I wanted to put it. I don't know why in my head sometimes when I see other characters, like even if they're NPCs, I tend to stray away from putting things in their way. I don't know, I'm like odd. I feel like they're a part of my game and I'd be like, oh, I'd be annoyed if this was in my way. Oh yeah. Anyways, after mainstreaming that, I went right back to it. As you guys can see, routine stuff. Kill brute, spawn dragon, kill dragon, be annoyed. Oh yeah, this battle was super obnoxious because look at this. This scenario right here had me so annoyed. Two masters, two betrayers, and the dragon. I still took care of the dragon. It got done, but it was super annoying. And then yeah, just continuing to farm. This one was ridiculous, by the way. The dragon things, it was getting out of hand. But we ended up just coming through, getting clutch. I don't know why I stopped, but that was ridiculous and I was annoyed, but I don't give up. Go ahead, went back, set up another jump pad, and then look at this, easy peasy. The jump pad thing, by the way, isn't working as well as it was back then. I felt like it used to work a lot more cleaner, where they would just jump and then bounce a couple times and then die. But after that dragon, we are able to finally go ahead and start crafting our weapons. So just for the sake of the mission, crafted myself a little shuriken right here. I even put in a relic just to see what kind of damage difference it made. By the way, the relics give huge damage bonuses. But then after I crafted it, I did have an epiphany. One, I don't want a shuriken. Two, I already had ice weapons and I had an idea. So we immediately went, we got it recycled, and then I ended up getting everything back. So if you don't use it at all, you get all your resources back, which is amazing. And then I went and crafted the weapon that I really did want. And you guys know what I wanted. I've talked about this several times. We're getting our Warhammer, baby. And then I crafted it the exact way I wanted it, with the opal as the main source, and then I gave it the ice relic, because this is going to be for killing dragons in the future, which we'll test it out. And then right now I was trying to recreate my lightning ones, which I also recycled, my lightning guns. And then I looked at power cells. This is where we completely derail and start trying to figure out how biomass works. So I had these stink glands and I was like, oh, it has to be just, you know, decompose something and it'll give me biomass. That's not how that works at all. So because of that, I did some research, found out brute scales give you 3 biomass per. And I was like, I have a ton of those. Made a bunch more compact bins, because I was a little mad that these take forever to work. And then this is when you're gonna quickly see me realize that I need a ton more. I didn't know it was 50. I saw that I needed biomass. I didn't pay attention to the amount. 50 is insane. So if you guys have any method to get a ton of biomass, please let me know, because that sucked. I don't have enough brute scales for that, but I ended up going ahead, breaking all the ones down, and I was able to make my guns all over it, which is great, because I needed my lightning guns. They were my kind of my main source of like DPSing. And then all that I had left was making a fire weapon. I did need a fire weapon because I wanted to have one of every element, just so that I can do the little quest on the side. There was one chaos event that involved fire. This copy paste, durability 3, luck 3, damage 3. That's my go-to. I don't know anything better. When I get more runes, we're gonna rediscuss maybe potentially swapping something out or running a full opal setup for one weapon to get zappy. Not fully invested in that thought yet, because I really like the amount of durability steel gives me. So also, I didn't realize that everything but the plasma pistols doesn't have that great of a durability. We have like 200. This thing has 2,000. So now I'm debating making an entire arsenal of plasma pistols. But because that thought process came into my head, this is where you guys are gonna see me spiral into the farming simulator 101. I want plasma pistols for everybody in my village, and I want plasma pistols for myself because they hold up an insane amount of durability. Even at purple, they hold up great durability. So the energy, the batteries are killing me. And if there's a way that I can get more easier, that'd be great. I think in a Star Wars place I ended up finding a bunch, so we are gonna go explore that, because I remember getting batteries from there, because I never made batteries. But anyways, right here I'm debating what I'm gonna make my fire weapon. It was gonna be a crossbow. Here's where it went wrong. I don't want to carry more arrows, so I decided I'll make it a weapon that I haven't used before. Daggers. I like the daggers. I used them once when I was just getting to this point, but I was like, oh, I haven't used them as a main weapon. I thought they look cool. They give me little indicators, like if you ever seen at an airfield when they bring in planes, they give me those like little walking wands. I don't know why, I thought it was cute. So I got super excited. I was like, yeah, I'm gonna keep them. This looks really awesome. But then after I finished making this, is like I said, my whole epiphany. This is where we ended up going, oh yeah, we need to figure out how to do it. So initially I was doing the farm so that I could plant vines, because I wanted more vines so that I can get more arrows and stuff like that. Did not go in my favor. This annoyed me because it overlapped. But I ended up just forgetting it and pushing through. But basically at this point, we're just making a farm. And that was really all there was to it. I wanted a 10 by 5, so 50 plots in total. And that's kind of basically the routine that I went. Afterwards, I was like, oh wait, I made a farm and it looks ugly because it's just plots of land on the floor and it looked funny. So that's when I decided to make a structure surrounding it, which you guys will see here. And I hope you guys like the structure that I made. It's very simple. Don't think it's too much. It's literally just a couple walls, but I did decorate the inside, give it some lighting, and I gave it a door and everything. So I made it look kind of cool. I'm sticking with the Japanese temple theme for all the designs going forward. But yeah, basically, I'm gonna let the gameplay run in the background and you guys just see me making a little farm. That's really all it is. It's very casual. While that's going on, well, I'm going to go ahead and discuss some things that are going on with the channel. One, I did want to start discussing the fact that this series is getting to the point where we're gonna just be grinding. So the layout of that, I've been wondering, do you guys just want extremely long form factor videos of all the grinds, so basically you don't miss any details? Do you want me to do something like this where I cut it up into bits and then do a small voiceover and just kind of explain what I did throughout that recording session?
I would love it if everyone in my village had plasma
alternative, and this one's gonna be a little bit more rough as far as what you guys see.
I'm gonna just have to make a farm big enough to support.
We continue the 30-minute videos that are unedited and just all raw, basically just gameplay from start to finish, where I'll make the pauses and stuff like that and then do what I gotta do and then continue wherever I go. But those leave out a lot of detail. Sometimes I'll go and do something and then when I come back I have like certain things already, because while I'm heading to that place I'm usually finding things, or I'm usually running into bosses or Bruce or something and I kill them, but I don't record it because I'm like, oh well, what's the point? Like,
doesn't seem like it.
We're just going to a dragon, so until I get to a dragon I don't start recording.
That can't be. Let's try.
That's the downside with those, but I mean that's kind of cool, right? I mean, yeah, like at the end of the day, this channel is really new and we're trying to find our bindings. So I'm also getting all of these seeds. I was hoping that the seed situation was a lot more easier. Like this is, I mean, don't get me wrong, this is like pretty straightforward. You just put the seed and then it makes a plant. The problem was I was trying to plant vines and stuff like that, and I didn't know how I could go about doing that. So I don't know if everything is plantable. And as of right now, I know vines and berries aren't plantable unless there's a different way. And then also, what is fertilizer for? I try to play with fertilizer. You'll see in one of the clips right now where I try to like put fertilizer on top of the plant and to see if it would grow faster or grow better. It doesn't take it, so I don't know how that all works. But also in this part is when I'm getting annoyed. Is there a faster way to just put the seeds in? And also, is there a benefit to just putting a ton of seeds on one plot? Like, should I just have like all 15 seeds on one and it'll just keep auto growing? I'm not sure if that's how that works. So yeah, if there is a way to mainstream the farm, someone let me know how that works. That way I can go ahead and just make this a lot cleaner. I wanna have a cleaner setup. But as of right now, this is the first time I've ever put a farm down. And also for my vine situation, seriously, what's the best way to get a ton of vines? Because I need a lot of arrows and I need a lot of feathers for that, and also need a lot of wool for future projects. I don't know what the cow and the pig give me yet. I actually haven't tested that, so kind of excited about that. And then yeah, this farm is literally for biomass. That's what I'm going to use all of these for. I'm going to burn them, and because I have a little list
and it says I could burn berries. They don't give me much. I think they give me 1 biomass, but I'm gonna burn them all and try to get enough biomass to basically try to make at least 1 plasma pistol per cycle. If that makes any sense, basically per time I harvest, I should be able to make at least 1 plasma pistol. That's kind of my ideal goal. This is where I was testing if the poop did anything. It doesn't do anything. Am I supposed to do it first or second? I don't know. I was trying to figure out how that works. I mean, it says fertilizer, but I can't. I don't get it. Like, I'm like, it doesn't. Fertilizer, by the way, in real life is what helps plants grow. So I'm aware of that, which is why I'm testing this. But if in this game it works differently, please don't judge me. I didn't know. I don't know any better. Okay. But if it is a straightforward thing, listen, I tried. I'm just dumb. Okay. I really tried to figure out what was going on with that. Anyways, I continue putting on everything and trying to like fill out all those the plots. I ended up not filling out all the plots, but I just accepted what I had. And we just continued where with. Oh, for some reason this one started in the back and it kind of weirded me out, so I went back over. But now there's one on the other side, so oh well, we'll re-harvest and we'll replant it more accordingly. But back to the channel topic. Now this is like a huge gapping session, which is actually great practice for me because when I stream, I tend not to be able to talk to myself. So I'm glad that I'm actually able to do this. And yeah, I know I always ask for this comment from you guys, but seriously, this channel is really new, and without the guidance of a community, because I want to build a community around this channel, and I want to build a community around the mentality of we love playing games, so all games are welcome here. I don't want to shy away from any type of game, except for, of course, there's a couple, like I'm not gonna play like adulty games on this one, and if you know what adulty games mean, you know what adulty games mean. I do want to try to keep this as viewable by anybody as possible. So like Arc Raiders, Call of Duty, all of those games are still viable. Like I'm not those, I don't consider those adulty games. But if it has any type of like nudity or suggestive natures like that, then I'll probably steer away from them, just because I don't think a lot of people want to watch that. So I don't have a lot of those games in my library at all. Give it a. So for the most part, we're good. I think the only ones I had like that were like Grand Theft Auto and stuff like that. And I mean, that's a gray area. A lot of kids play Grand Theft Auto, but I'm just not too sure about how that's gonna go. So I'm deliberating that one. When it does come out, I'm deliberating if I'm gonna play Grand Theft Auto. I might stream it. I might just not make YouTube videos. But those are like I consider adulty games, just because there's things on there that technically kids shouldn't be watching. And you know, I guess there is a way to avoid it as long as you don't participate in those events for the games. But regardless, like I said, I just kind of want to get an idea of what games and titles you guys like. So for me personally, I have a lot of MMOs, and I have a lot of looter shooters, and I have MOBAs, and I have a lot of sandbox games and stuff like that. So I even have the Dune sandbox game, which is sick. The survivor game, that game is so fun. I have the Dune game. I have Elden Rings. I have First Descendant, but First Descendant has a lot of interesting skins, so I don't know if I'll share that one as much. Also, seriously, the offset building really irritates me. I don't understand why that happens, but whatever. If anyone knows how to fix that, let me know. Yeah, and then I also play like a lot of like Warframe style games. I don't know if those are considered looter shooters or running guns or whatever, hack and slash, but I like those kind of games. I basically like games that are just very straightforward, to the point. I'm not big on story based games, but I'm totally willing to get into them if that's something you guys want to watch. And I'm heavily invested in indie games. I do love indie games. Indie games are fun to me because they're just so simple and so cute. Recently I got really into simulators. I'm waiting for one simulator to come out called Combini, and if you guys want to see that one, hopefully when it releases, I'm going to do an entire series on Combini. Like whatever's going on at that time, once Combini comes out, I'm dropping everything and we're doing a Combini run through where I'm going to try to get from start to finish, because that game is cute. and I cannot wait. And it's literally basically you run a Japanese convenience store, and I don't know how else to explain how cute that is. Also, where the line, the giant yellow beam, for anyone that doesn't know anything about this game, that's the marker between my base and the outside world. If within my base I could use the resources allocated in the chest, outside of my base's like area, I basically can only use resources I have in my backpack or on my person. So I kept trying to like find a way to stay within my base to use my resources, but at the same time build this thing outside of it, because I wanted to line it up. It wasn't lining up correctly, but that's why it took me so long to sort out. Not because I wasn't convinced if it should go there or not. Because even when I was building it, I was thinking, I was like, man, this looks like I'm very unsure of what I'm building. But nah, totally, I was fine. Once again, I'm outside this time because I was trying to see if I can line it up, but this whole that's weird. Why does it not line up sometimes? I'm holding the snap to button also. That's why some of these are crispy and snapping exactly on. But yeah, also I messed up, and from my right to my left, that whole back wall, I didn't realize how long I made it. So the basically the distance is, I want to say, even, which makes putting a door harder. So you're gonna see that one side is longer than the other side, and so then my door kind of got set up incorrectly, but that it's totally fine. So technically not everything's symmetrical. I'm okay with that. Symmetrical is cool for like foundations and if you're not very over the top creative, but if it's not symmetrical, it's not the end of the world. It could still look good, and you know that's fine. You just gotta find a way to like tinker around. So you'll see. One of the ways that I kind of, when I first started learning sandboxing and creating things, one of the things I would always do is try to make things not symmetrical on purpose, and then it would force me to figure out a way to like either hide it or integrate it better. And one of the ways I found it is adding accessories that have no purpose. So lights and stuff like that, sometimes if you put a lamp or something in the area, even though you're like, oh, I'm never gonna really be here, I have no reason to light up this area, it doesn't matter. But if it adds an element that takes the eye away from that like section and that blemish, then it does serve a purpose. So it's a decorational piece that helps keep the eyes wandering and not over focused on minor details. So if you guys ever are stuck and you're just like, oh, I messed up, look, it's fine. We all mess up. Not everything has to be perfect, but it could be perfect to you, and that's all that should matter. Okay, at the end of the day, if it looks good to you and you're happy with how you created it, then amazing. By the way, before we go any further, I do realize that I could have just put a little 2x1 thing and then put these columns, and it probably would have looked really cool because it would have fit in. But I don't know, I didn't like it. I ended up deciding to go against it, and you'll see that basically I chose to put one section with pillar, and then the other section I removed the pillar, because yeah, I wanted a door. I wanted a giant door. The giant doors look really cool, okay? And to me, it is not my fault that these giant doors, like, just look at it, they look so grandeur, you know? Like I was like, whoa, like imagine you have a nice plot of like land and stuff, but the entrance to it is like a giant door. So I've also thought about this. I don't know if there's glass or any way of doing it, but I would like to make the roof like a dome, like a glass dome style. So I'm trying to figure out how I would go about that. But yeah, basically I limited that side. Once again, very off center. I understand, I don't care, it looks cool to me, I'm fine with it, it's not gonna kill me. After this, I really didn't even think about the fact that was uneven. Once I was inside and I kept walking around, you'll see that once I decorate it, by the way, I got a TV. I don't know where I'm gonna put this TV, but I'm gonna put this TV somewhere, because that was cool that I had a TV. I didn't even know I had a TV. I'm looking for the lights right now, so if anyone's wondering why I'm like, I'm not checking everything out that I have, I just literally forgot where the lights are. And then I'll check this out. Like, watch this tactic, guys. This is, I'm gonna put you guys on to Creative Things 101. distracting the eyes. Okay, so the back corners, everything's kind of like a little wonky around here. So we're gonna put these lamps. Now these lamps are a distraction. When you go over there, you're gonna realize, whoa, look at the lamps, that's cool. You probably won't pay attention to the walls no more. Your eyes will look at the walls at the beginning, and then once they get to the lamp, they're gonna get distracted. You're like, wow, look at that lamp, like that's so cool, nice little, pop. Okay, now I'm looking for lights, because initially I was gonna put them down each aisle, but then I was like, wait, if I want to walk down each aisle, that's gonna piss me off. So then I decided to put them at the end of each one, because I don't ever need to go past that. There's a wall there, so it doesn't really matter. But I thought this would look really cool to kind of give a backlit area and kind of like a light up the section. Then I was gonna do one in the front of each one, because that doesn't matter, it's not gonna be in the way. But I'm out of bright core. Gotta farm that, add that to the list of things I gotta farm. So like I said, we're gonna farm a ton of materials. We are at that point of the game, materials is everything, which I don't mind. I usually like these kind of games, but when it does get to this part, for the sake of recording, is when there's a problem. Oh, by the way, plant, it's vines and wood, and this thing gives you light. That is sick. I was super happy when I found this. And then this one, I decided that I'll put it in front of all of them. Then I had this little bear come in and compliment my build, which I was super happy about. Yes, I know that's not placed correctly. Don't worry, we fixed that. Okay, it drove me crazy, and I was like, what's happening here? I didn't notice that it was super off, and then I was like, oh wait, it's super off. So then we fixed it again. But yeah, I didn't know there was lamps that literally don't take bright core. Don't get me wrong, the bright core lamps are usually a lot more decorative, and I like them, but I like the fact that you don't need it to get light in your build. But yeah, do you guys like this? Check this out. Leave a comment. Tell me if I could add anything. Tell me what you would add. Look at that. I like the windows in the front. It gives you like the warmth of the lights really shine through, and I like that a lot. So that was cool. But anyways, that was that build, and we're basically coming to an end on this episode. And as always, I want to thank you guys so much for everything that you guys do for me. And I'm really happy with how this turned out, and I'm really happy about this, doing this episode. Anyways, like, I know that it could have been better, but we got what we got, and that's totally fine.
Let's go see what he has to offer.
Going forward, like I said, let me know how you guys want to see these episodes. This will probably be the last of my dual voiceover episode, unless it is requested. I'm going to probably do short form factors for the next couple episodes, because they will be me going after the Storm King. So I will see you guys in the next one.
See you guys in the next one.
As always.
Bye.
Bye.